Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. This will be a super quick video to show you how to save your own begonia seeds. So I've been saving my own begonia seeds for the last 2 years and have been growing begonias from seed probably the last 2 to 3 years. The first year I ordered seeds online, and then that same year or the second year I started saving my own seeds from my own plants. So I'm going to show you some of my begonia plants. I'm going to show you the begonias that I grew this year, begonias that I bought this year, and then I'm going to show you the flowers, the seed pods, and when to collect the seeds. So let's do a quick flashback to January when I first planted begonias from seed. Here's what they look like a few weeks after planting. This is about probably a month to 2 months of growth on these. I planted them all in peat pellets to kind of make it easier for me. And with the begonia seed size, it's very easy to overseed when you're growing them. Here they are when they got divided and split up into 4-inch pots. At this point is when they really started to take off in growth. So this container has begonias that I started from seeds that I collected from plants last year. I barely water this because I always forget about it, but the begonias are still doing great. And I think this is a really cool container. I got it from the thrift store. It's kind of gothic-y, but I like it. Here's another container of begonias that I started from seed. And I start my begonias from seed in January. They have a tendency to grow pretty slowly, so I want to give them time to get to a substantial size before I plant them out in the garden. Here's another container of begonias that I grew from seed. And these ones have more of a reddish color to them. And I believe that is because last year I had some more reddish begonias in the garden. And you know, they kind of crossbreed with each other, and you'll get some things that are the same as your parent plants and some things that are different. Hybrids. Here are some of the begonias that I grew from seed that I planted and ground, and some of them are doing great, some of them are not as great, and it all to me depends on how much water they are getting. But the ones in this bed here in the cut flower space look pretty good. I have more here that I started from seed. They're kind of getting covered up by the snaps, but they look really bushy and really cute. Here are more begonias in this container, and I believe this begonia is getting a little too much light, and his leaves are starting to fade out a bit. Where you can see this one's color is much darker and he's a little bit more in the shade. I planted begonias here in this front row, and they are of varying sizes. They get the same amount of water, so I'm not exactly sure what the issue could be. I do think there's a lot of gravel in the bed, and I want to say if some of the begonias are planted in a more gravelly portion of that bed, that might be an issue. There might be a little too much drainage there and not enough moisture being held there for the plant. But they're all on drip irrigation, and we've got a teeny weeny one here. That one's pretty small, and then you get a big one here, and then that one's kind of small as well. I have some begonias in the chicken trough beds that I planted a few weeks ago with you guys, and those begonias are doing really well. They're super cute. This bed is doing super good all on its own. So I've got, this was a begonia that I got from the grocery store early this year, and I kept it alive and brought it outside. More begonias. I got most of these plants on clearance from Lowe's, and they're doing amazing. You guys know clearance plants can bounce back and do so well in your garden. So just make sure you are checking those clearance racks to help fill your garden. Here's a begonia that I got from Walmart. And I bought this begonia because I thought it was so pretty. I love the leaf shape and the blooms are beautiful. So this begonia unfortunately does not have any blooms on it that I can share with you, but they are very beautiful. They're white. They are an elongated bloom, just like the foliage here, and it's really cool. So I'm hoping to get some hybrid begonias from collecting seeds from this. Now this does have seed pods on it. So I'm going to show you, this is a fresh seed pod here. And when it's dry and ready to be harvested, it looks like this. So that's what it looks like when it's dry. Here's a dry one here. And there's a dry one right there. So when you're collecting and saving seeds, you want to make sure that those pods have dried completely. You want to pay attention to them though, because they will crack open and your seeds will fall out to the ground. So let's see if there's any seeds in this one. So as you can see, the seeds are so tiny. All of these little tiny bits, those are the begonia seeds. So if you are wanting to start and grow your own begonias and you don't have any begonias in your garden that you can save from and you want to order online, order seeds that are coated. You want to have the coated seeds because it's going to be easier for you to plant them. If you followed me earlier this year, I started my begonias indoors and they were heavily overseeded because they're so small. Now you can divide them up later on and transplant them into other pots, that's fine. But just know that the seeds are this small and it is hard to keep track of them at this size. Now we're back over here looking at this begonia again, so I can show you the seed pod on this one. And you can see it kind of has these 3 wings on it. And like the other begonia, once this dries up, it looks like this. And then when you open it, it has tiny, tiny seeds inside. So let's take 1 or 2 of these and let's go open them up and get the seeds. The seeds in this begonia seed pod are bigger than the others. But still, they are all very, very tiny seeds. So here are the seed saving envelopes that I use when I can find them. I have a bunch of them, but I always misplace them. So this is what I will store these begonia seeds in. You want to keep your seeds in a place that is dry and cool. You don't want them exposed to moisture because that could cause them to rot or to sprout, and you don't want that. Now let's see if I can get these seeds into one of these. It's okay if you get a little of the chaff in there or the leftover parts. That's fine. I'm gonna open this like this. Then I'm going to curve this paper, round it up like this. There are millions of seeds, so if you drop some, it's a-okay. There's still a bunch on the paper, but we've got most of them down in there. You see that? We've collected begonia seeds. Now we can start some next year. So if you're looking to buy begonia seeds, Swallowtail Gardens or Swallowtail Seeds, that's where I bought mine for the first time. And also what is it called? Not Seed Savers, but I'll put that on the screen as well. Seedville USA. Seedville USA is what it is. Another place that I bought seeds from. You will have, I would say, about 50 to 75% germination with seeds that are purchased, at least in my experience. I have the best germination collecting my own seeds and growing from my own collection. That's where I get like the most germination. Ordering some of the like fancier begonias, the germination was so poor on those. The seeds that I ordered this year was so incredibly poor. So I recommend buying begonias. Like the begonias I originally collected from in the beginning were from Aldi's. They were like $8 for a basket of begonias, and like the one year I bought like 4 baskets, and I collected seeds from those and have been regrowing from those plants every year. So that to me is like the best bang for your buck. Plus it's so easy to save the seeds. Now that you know what to look for, you can save them for yourself, and you can start them for your gardens next season. Start them early. If you live in a cooler zone like me, I start mine in January. If you live in a warmer zone, you may want to start yours in December or November, just depending on where you live. If you live in like California, in an area where it's just warm all season long, you can start them whenever you want begonias. You can start them like all year round. If you have a greenhouse, you can start them all year round. It's just up to you and where you live and what you have access to. All right guys, so thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions. I will link to all of the places where I shop for begonia seeds, and anything else that I use in this video or that that is shown. I will put a link to that in case anybody is looking for any of the things that I use. My hanging baskets, I reuse them from year after year. So those are things that are old. I've saved them and am reusing them to save money. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.